Doctor, are you saying that my abdominal pain is in my head? I come across this question every now and then in my gastro clinic. Do you think your mind can create pain in anywhere in your body? Can our mind make us suffer without us knowing? You might think that I'm a terrible doctor who doesn't care about my patients, or I write them off because I don't think their symptoms are real. You might even be whispering, thinking, "Thank God I'm not his patient." Before answering any of these questions or judging me, please let me give you some context. This question is most frequently asked in my clinic when a patient is diagnosed with a condition called Irritable Bowel Syndrome. It is a benign yet troublesome condition where it causes pain and discomfort in patient's tummy, and there's no cure to it. And the most frequent symptoms are chronic recurrent abdominal pain with or without changing bowel habits. And even though there's no cure, there are ways that we can manage this condition. And this is a very common condition in the UK. 1 in 10 people will have it. You might ask, what causes it? There are 2 contributing factors. Number 1 is diet. And number 2 is stress or anxiety. Now, you might be thinking, I get it. I buy the concept of poor diet leads to poor gut health. But how on earth does poor mental health or anxiety have anything to do with it? Let me give you an example. I'm sure you must have done a presentation before. Could I bring you back to your first ever presentation where you're about to step on the stage or in front of everyone to give a talk? That butterfly feeling in your stomach, that's cramp in your tummy, and even that constipation or diarrhea right the day before your speech or presentation, are these symptoms physically present in your gut? Yes. Is there anything wrong with your gut? Of course not. So, are you saying that this pain or symptoms are in your head? Well, figuratively, not literally. Otherwise, we would have called it a headache. So, the truth is that stress can manifest pain in our guts. Not only your abdominal pain, stress can create all sorts of symptoms, including chest pain, tightness in the chest, or something called palpitation where your heart just beats out of your chest. You can also get nausea, vomiting, and even dizziness and fainting from a panic attack, for example. If you think acute stress is powerful, then chronic stress is in a completely different league. The reason is that in chronic stress, your mind and body become so fatigued, and you might not be able to get rid of the trigger immediately. Unlike recording this video right now, my gut will become happy again once I finish with the recording. The worst part of chronic stress is that we might not even know that it's slowly creeping up on us. Let me give you an example. If you drop a frog into a pot of boiling hot water, the frog will jump right out of the pot immediately. However, if you drop a frog into a pot of cold water and slowly heat it up, the frog is cooked without knowing it. I think we all experience chronic stress like the frog being cooked in the slow boiling water. And the only way to jump out of this hot water is your awareness. Your awareness not only will save you, but guide you to manage the stress. Now, you might be a bit more aware of this chronic stress, but you might want to ask, how do we manage chronic stress? Let me introduce you to the power of focus. Let's do an experiment. If I get you to drop your hand down and sit forward and not to focus on your breathing. So don't focus on your breathing. 99% of you will suddenly start feeling your own breaths. Why is that? It's because you shift your focus to your breathing. Likewise, if I ask my patient not to focus on their abdominal pain, especially after every single meal that they eat, the next thing they will know is the abdominal pain because they focus on it. Don't forget, our mind will be able to find what we are looking for when we focus on it. If you are still not convinced, let me give you another example. Have you ever bought a car? Since the petrol price has gone up, I have been looking at electric cars, like for example Tesla. All of a sudden, Tesla show up everywhere I drive and everywhere I go. At some point I even thought that the Tesla's marketing team are stalking me and deliberately driving all these cars in front of me to try to get me to buy it. But the fact is, these Teslas had always been there before. The only thing that changed was my focus. Good thing is that all of us have full control of our conscious focus. But it's just that we haven't trained to use it yet. So how to shift your focus? 2 steps. First step is to interrupt your current thoughts. Then second step is to replace it with a second different thought. The emphasis should be on interrupting your old thoughts. And the interruption has to be something unexpected and surprising. My favorite way to interrupt my own pattern is star jumps. It works perfectly, especially at 3 a.m. in the morning on a night shift with the whole team of doctors doing star jumps together in the doctor's office. And you can see how powerful that is. And undoubtedly that will break whatever pattern you had. For example, falling asleep in the doctor's office or moaning away about another 6 hours of work. Interrupting thoughts takes a lot of practice. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the better you get. Hopefully, I've given you a quick glimpse into the power of human psychology. And with any luck, I hope I've convinced you that our minds can play trick on us. But don't worry, by practicing your power of focus and your awareness of chronic stress, you will master this game called health. Finally, I would like to finish with my favorite quote from Star Wars. Always remember, your focus determines your reality. I hope you enjoy this. If you like this video, please leave a like down below and give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to know more about gut health and the psychology of health, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.